And now it's time to bring you a favorite feature of the Yarn Exchange, a game show we like to call...
Pursuing Trivia!
Tonight's Halloween installment is sponsored by your local Plumbers Association. Are there too many extra sweets floating around your house this Halloween? Then a local plumber is your best friend. When the kitty's all hyped and you're about to explode, just relax and consider you have a commode. To dispose of that candy ain't really no bummer. Just pour it all down, then please call the plumber. Tonight, in recognition of this ghoulish celebration, our theme is Halloween Candy Trivia. And to help us consider this confectionery conundrum, here are your hosts, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Sirs, who do we have playing tonight?
Well, tonight we have some very scary special guests here to play our game. First of all the way from everyone's favorite fairy tale, Sleeping Beauty, that spindle-wielding wench, that wacky horn hat, it's Maleficent!
Well, what a glittering assemblage, King Stephen. Royalty, nobility, the gentry, and oh, how quaint, even the rabble.
I don't know who King Stephen is, but please try to be civil. This is a family-friendly game.
And next, we have a special contestant who is just dying to get out into the daylight. Please help me welcome that disembodied sidler who always seems to be lending a hand. Yes, you guessed it. For the first appearance and starring in the Addams Family, it's Thing! Thing, what's shaking? Interesting. We need an interpreter for that one. And finally, dare I say it, just looking at our next guest makes us want to run away in fright. I'm glad we're on this side of the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember where the nearest exits are because you may need them. All the way from the deep dark forest where the full moon exposes our deepest fears. Help me welcome the werewolf!
You are a werewolf, not a rooster.
Sorry, my therapist says I'm insecure about how really frightening I am, so I should try more demure posture.
I see, so a chicken. I admit that's a bit more approachable. Weird, but approachable. Okay, now that we've met our guests, let's get started with Halloween Candy Trivia. Excuse me while Mr. Hyde reads the first question. The Hershey Food Company still holds the trademark for this Halloween candy which hit the market in 1907. But don't ask what the name means. Milton Hershey took that secret to his grave. A popular theory is that the candy was named for the sound of the motion of the chocolate being distributed during a manufacturing. Okay, lovebirds, just what bell-shaped foil-covered candy are we talking about? Yes, Thing! I'm sorry, Thing, I don't know what you're really trying to say. If only you could talk. Maleficent thinks she knows the answer.
In yonder topmost tower, dreaming of her true love, lies the Princess Aurora. Lips that shame the red, red rose. In ageless sleep she finds repose. And now the gates of a dungeon sway, and our prince is free to go his way. Off he rides on his noble steed, a valiant figure, straight and tall, to wake his love with love's first kiss, and prove that true love conquers all.
Phew! I never thought she'd stop talking. But you're correct, it is a Hershey's Kiss! And now for question number 2. According to the National Confectioners Association, more than 35 million pounds, or 9 billion pieces, of candy corn will be produced this year. One of the better-for-you candies, it contains 28 grams of sugar and only 140 calories per heaping handful. And it's fat-free! The boxes originally were illustrated with colorful rooster with the tagline, "Something to crow about." When the Gillett's Confectionery Company first produced candy corn, what was it called?
A forest of thorns shall be his tomb, borne through the skies on a fog of doom. Now, go with the curse and serve me well. Round Stephen's castle, cast my spell.
Ooh. Maybe you should ask your bird next time. Cast my spell is not the correct answer. Yes, thing! My, we really need a thing interpretation here. I'm sorry, but your pantomime just doesn't register. Yes, werewolf! Yes! Yes, the answer is chicken feed! Werewolf has done it. Congratulations, you're tied with Maleficent.
And for the next question, what is the response of most adults when they are unsuspectingly offered superatomic warhead sour candy and actually try one? Yes, werewolf! Again, with the chicken noises and the snickering, really, werewolf, you need to be more self-confident. How terrifying you really are. Yes, thing! Amazing! I finally get it. What Thing is trying to say is SOS. A famous distress signal in Morse code, and he is correct. That is the response. That is the response of most adults when they are unsuspectingly offered superatomic warhead sour candy and actually try one, since they are temporarily rendered speechless. Well, we are all tied at 1 point apiece, and we're just about out of time. So here's the last question. This candy bar was the creation of Frank Mars, who first released this sweet treat in the 1930s. You still find this milk-covered combination of caramel, peanuts, and nougat on the store shelves today. In fact, this brand alone now generates around 2 billion per globally each year. This candy was named after one of Mars' family favorite horses, and the original bars sold for only 5 cents apiece. Packed with peanuts, this classic really satisfies. Perhaps Mel has consulted her bird this time. What is packed with peanuts and really satisfies?
Listen well, all of you. The princess shall indeed grow in grace and beauty, beloved by all who meet her. But before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall into a sleep like death, a sleep from which she will never awaken.
Whoa, slow down there, Dr. Strangelove. Finger pricks sound like some scary treats to me, but not the one we're looking for. Yes, werewolf. More chicken gestures? Well, it's about time. But instead of snickering next time, perhaps a growl, just to let people know you're serious. But we'll take the snicker as the correct answer. Snickers is packed full of peanuts and really satisfies. And the werewolf has broken the tie to win the game. Mr. Announcer, please tell our furry friend what he has won.
Tonight's grand prize is a hair-raising hullabaloo even the werewolf might be afraid of. The werewolf will receive an all-expense-paid weekend at everyone's favorite hair removal destination, the Rose Petal Day Spa. Sit back, relax, and watch the curse unravel as the Rose Petal staff work their magic. You'll be a changed man. Geniuses with hot waxed back, chest, and upper lip hair are no match for the qualified staff at the Rose Petal Day Spa. As an added bonus, you'll receive a year's free supply of Nair.
Well, werewolf, maybe this is the beginning of the new you. That's all the time we have for our game tonight, folks. Thanks for joining us here at the Yarn Exchange for another round of
Pursuing Trivia!
We've been talking about scary stories tonight, and what might happen if you brought someone back from the dead. This season is full of tales like Frankenstein and the Mummy. But I got to thinking about that, and I got scared for another reason. What if we couldn't bring people back? What if we got to the point with all of our technology that we don't have to talk to each other? And what if we don't take time to tell the stories we know about our grandparents? You know, a long time ago, my daddy told me that we each die twice. Once, when we leave our physical form, and again, when the last person who knows a story about us passes away. Then he told me a story about my granddaddy, my mama, and my uncles. And when he was done, I felt strong. I felt strong like I came from the strongest family in the world.
Something like that happened to me. You know, my mom just passed away this summer. But before we lost her, we got her stories. Well, some of them. And one in particular sort of defines our family. It definitely falls into the category of scared. No one would ever want this to happen to them, but it happened to my family. And despite or because of it, we're the people we are today. It's a story about fire. First, the fire between my daddy and mama, who were high school sweethearts. Daddy graduated and joined the Army while mama finished up her last year of school. She had the highest GPA in the class, was valedictorian, and college bound. Just before the end of the school year, Daddy came home for a visit. He liked spending time with her. First, because they were sweethearts, and second, because this house was packed with people. 10 brothers and sisters. It got to be about 8 o'clock, so he headed home and decided to have a little more time to himself before sharing a room with 7 brothers. He was working on his car, and he smelled smoke. The house was on fire, and everyone was still inside. His brothers shared a room in the back of the house that was an add-on. No doors, no windows. Daddy grabbed the axe from the woodpile and started chopping through the wall to make an opening. He saw one brother, then another. He was climbing in to pull them through, and his younger brother, well,